So, hello, welcome back to the IVRC TCC for round 8 at the historic Imola circuit. As we are just waiting now that qualifying starts, it should start in a second. Good. Good, going into this race we have some major storylines. We have some new drivers in form of Lucas Miranda, driving for Team Knowledge Cup Racing. But there are also some drivers who switch teams because of some internal issues. Carlos Frau switched to Roto DOS Racing. Gabriel Salomon switched to Swinigal Racing. Richard Wander switched to Knowledge Cup Racing. And that's it. Moranta Racing, TCC, and MPG Competition will not be found any longer in the TCC, as those two teams decided to leave the championship along with Konstantin Grimminger. Max Durker finds himself still in the lead of the championship by quite a margin, as he's looking to repeat his winning series that he did last time out in Austria at the Red Bull Ring, where he won both races, the main race and the reverse grid race. So look out for him trying to win 5 in a row. But now qualifying should start. I think there's something wrong with the game again. Now it seems to work. As now the server suddenly decides to crash itself for no reason. Yeah, we will be back in a second once the server is back up again.
User left your channel.
Alberto, after figuring out some technical difficulties regarding the server, we are back again for some qualifying action actually. As we now see Leonardo Alberto trying to run his qualifying lap. There's a guy spinning. Everyone seems to try and set a good qualifying lap. Let's see what comes out of this. I personally think that Max Drucker or Sven Gilbert or one of those guys can be on pole, but let's see what happens. We can run. As we now go on board with a lap of Jesus Kirinos, his qualifying run. Big braking zone into turn 1, you can carry a lot of speed into there. Oh, the first time they're dropping in. John McDonald on provisional pole position, Damien Klein in second place, and Ernest Moss, who we saw spinning 2 minutes ago, in third. All three are rookies. When Gilbert goes into provisional pole position. Now, the Vidas Larinavicius seems to go far as well, yeah. Karl Magnus Borre in what? Ah, there it is, there is everyone. So Dovidas Larinavicius is in provisional pole position at the moment, followed by Sven Gilbert and Gabriel Salomon, the rookie, in third. Joe Gastitis goes fourth fastest after he came back to the server after some time to run a race. Jesus Kirinos fifth fastest now. As the rookie leader, the leader in the Rookies Championship, Peter Jones, goes over to 9 to start his flying lap. Let's go on board with him and see what he can do. Oh, there's a big amount of traffic. Oh, he needs to brake hard for this. Oh. Max Drucker into P2, only 8/10 off. Remember the rules, there are only like 60 kilograms of extra weight he needs to carry on the car because he's the championship leader. Doing an exceptional job at the moment. Pablo Lopez sets his time to go into 11th fastest. There's a guy facing into the wall. Okay. Alfie Beaver goes into 12th fastest with a 156.5. Renato Sberto goes over the line to improve his time into 7th fastest. Good job by him, the rookie. His third his fourth race in the championship. Lucas Miranda goes out of pit lane. He needs to be very far. I think he can't even set a qualifying lap. He was too slow coming out of the pits. That's a shame for him. As he debuts today with his team, very disappointing qualifying session for him. Pablo Lopez goes up into second fastest. Carmagnus Borre in second. Pablo Lopez in third. Dovidas Larinavicius seems to have secured this pole position. There's maybe this guy Peter Jones can do something about it, but I think he's pretty much sure to be on pole position. Yeah, as said, Lucas Miranda won't be able to go over the line to set a valid qualifying lap. Very disappointing things for him. As it looks like there are more people who couldn't set a time. Ooh, there's a car facing staying in gravel pits, having no front bumper and lost his left front. That's unfortunate for him. Carlos Fraun improves his time, but still 18th fastest. Peter Jones being in 6th fastest. I think he knows that he can go quicker than this, but well, good job from the rookie, from the leader in the rookies championship at the moment. St. Gilbert seems to be on a fast lap. He's good. It's qualifying now. It's down at the end. Everyone seems to be in the pits by now, except this guy. Alfie Bevan. They're in the gravel, stuck. And Salvador Larinavicius driving to the pits and qualified 12. 2.1 seconds slower than Dovydas Larinavicius. Oh, those two are family related, so will be quite interesting what those two can do. Good. 10-minute warm-up session about to start. So, Dovydas Larinavicius finds himself on pole position for this race. He looks to be in a prime position to win this race. There are not many chances to overtake on this circuit. Oh, cool. Warm-up starts. Some cars go out. As Alvarez found himself into the wall there in pit lane. Strange incident. Colin Gunn, the rookie from 2012 Motorsports, out on track. Scored points for the first time last time out. With P13 got 3 points for it. First points of his TCC career. The flag, there's a car standing between second to last turn and last turn. Looks to be Thomas Williamson, but I don't know. That's an interesting line to those corners, not gonna lie. Well, it didn't work out for him. Oh god. Come on. That's another very interesting technique, but I don't think that this will be working for him. For Alfie Bevan the Brit. Hmm. Proper dedication to go backwards. Mr. Navarre is the first to go to line to set a time after 5 minutes of session. Okay. Alfie keeps driving backwards. I don't know what. The very wide line through the canyon. So, to the race itself, it will be a 20-minute shootout to see who will be fastest, obviously. And no pit stops will be involved if things go correctly for you. You can fill up the car to a point that you can go the whole 20 minutes. I guess it will be around 11 laps, but I'm not sure. It can always varies on the pace of the leaders. The second race will feature a reverse grid, which basically means that whoever finishes first will start last, and whoever finishes last will start first. Important to know about this is that, like, DNFs can't not all of this, so if you think, yeah, just DNF and then just, start first in the second race, that won't work. You need to still drive the full distance. minutes of warm-up still remaining. Shouldn't take too long until we can start racing at the Imola. Ooh. The two FRA cars killing themselves, seems like. But it looks like things Alfie B-Van is still going backwards. McDonald going through the chicane, you really need to... Well, don't do that. That's some proper cutting of the chicane. Wow. Let's see. Felipe Granado going into this right-hand turn, which gets tighter on exit. Really difficult to go through there without cutting the track. Warm-up seems to have ended into the race session. Indeed we go. So Tobias Larinavicius will start on pole with Carl Magnus Borge in second. Then Gilbert will start from first, having Pablo Lopez in fourth. And Mark Starker, the championship leader, rounding out the top 5. Peter Jones, the leader of the Rookies Championship in P6, with Felipe Granado in 7th. Ernest Moroz in 8th place, Jesus Quirinos in 9th. Gabriel Salomon, remember he switched teams from Movanta Racing to Swinical Racing, now driving the Audi in 10th place. Saulius Larinavicius in 11th, as now the game freezes. Or not. Cristian Alvarez in 12th, Renato Sperto in 13th, Inaki Adrian in 14th, in 15th we have Laszlo Teglas, in 16th there's Carlos Frau, in 17th Alfie Biven, in 18th Callum Gunn, Dotted Motorsport finds himself. 19th is John McDonald, the Australian. In 20th is Anthony De Lara, as now the race starts. Siamo partiti guidi al Autodromo di Imola. Sven Gilbert with a good start, going to the inside of Larinavicius as Carl Magnus Borge is already in front of the guys. He finds himself in the lead. Mark Strucker on the inside of the Larinavicius going into the first corner, making the pass stick. Peter Jones in 5th already made up 1 position. Wow. Pablo Lopez trying to go down the inside of Peter Jones. And he can make the move stick. No, he can't. Peter Jones fights back and he's in front again. And so now the two FRA cars go side by side of Sven Gilhut and Karl Magnus Borre. The Gilhut being to the inside. Now Borre can defend his position, but now Mark Sterker is very near them. Maybe he can make a move. Lorena Vitius tries to go down the inside at this very fast corner. And Mark Sterker pushes Sven Gilhut wide. This will certainly be talked about after the race. Peter Jones now attacking his teammate Mark Sterker, going around his outside of this corner. And Pablo Lopez being on the outside of the next chicane coming up of Gabriel Salomon. As Peter Jones defends to the inside, Mark Sterker tries to hang around the outside but doesn't work. He cuts the chicane and now loses a position to Gabriel Salomon. But he maybe can lose another position to Pablo Lopez if he keeps losing. Peter Jones now in third. How things can change. Very chaotic first lap we had. Then Gilhut in 8th after being pushed wide by Mark Sterker, as now Gabriel Salomon tries to go side by side with Peter Jones, being the outside of turn 1. And in the background we can see Pablo Lopez being on the outside of Mark Sterker. Gabriel Salomon makes the move stick. Who is inside? Peter Jones fights back, going to the outside, but he ultimately thinks better of it. Wow. No move being done into this corner. Okay. As Gabriel Salomon goes purple in the first sectors, he tries to catch up to the leaders and win his first race. Very good stuff for the young guy. And remember, he's a rookie. Peter Jones now defending from Mark Sterker. And if they keep fighting like this, then... Oh, there's a left car in between them. Oh, when did this happen? Looks like Inaki Adrian or... No, Felipe Canado it is. I'm sorry. Being a left car. Now holding up Sven Gilhut. Peter Jones and Mark Sterker still run very close to each other. Good battling by those two, showing each other good respect. Mark Sterker goes fastest in the first sector, it seems like. In the second sector, I'm sorry. The Luido Larinavitis is still in the lead, but being closely followed by Gabriel Salomon. Peter Jones runs very wide coming into the last corner. Locking. Well, let's see if Mark Sterker can make a move to his inside of the first corner. It doesn't seem like he's near enough, but maybe he will make a dive bomb or something. As he's now very close to Peter Jones. He tries to go around the outside of him, going into the first corner, which turns to the inside and to the next corner. And as he pushes, wow, he gives Peter Jones a little nudge. Those two doing some great fighting. Peter Jones tries to go down the inside of him in the hairpin, which ultimately didn't work out. Those two will fight very close together, I think, for the rest of the race, for this third place. Moving further back and forth, Jesus Guivinos is in 5th place with Felipe Canado in 6th, so he isn't left. Okay, something went wrong with my game. Ernest Morse in 7th place, closely followed by Sven Gilhut in 8th place. Christian Alvarez already up into 9th position, doing a great start it seems like, and Silas Larinavitis in 10th. Carlos Frau started from 16th, now is 11th. Alfie Beeman in 12th, Lucas Miranda, the debutant, in 13th. Douglas in 14th, Gastitis in 15th, Delara, and McDonald Pablo Lopez in 19th and Jonata Sperto having no front bumper. Something happened to him in 20th place. Carl Magnus Borre and Inaki Adrian already out of this race. Phew. Peter Jones seems to lose time to Mark Strucker. Yeah, indeed he does. He lost half a second on this lap. Mark Strucker ultimately being faster than Peter Jones. Gabriel Salomon closely fills in the mirror of Davidas Larinavicius. He seems to be very quick with this car. Wow. Has he now lost time again going through the first sector? As those two run side by side down this little straight going into a left hand corner. Peter Jones on the inside of him, trying to make that move. And, oh, as they two touch. But they're still side by side going to the next corner. A very fast right hand corner. I don't think that Peter Jones can hang. He can! Wow. Great fighting from those two, being side by side for almost half a lap now. Going into the, and Peter Jones is now in front of Mark Strucker. He defends to the inside, going into the chicane. They two touch again. Peter Jones runs very wide as he obliterates the track limits. This is Guido still in 5th, but closely followed by Van Gillett, who already is up to 6th place. But as Peter Jones makes a big mistake locking going into there, Mark Strucker to the inside of the last corner. And now they are side by side going down the straight again. Those two Swinigal Racing Cupras going hammer and tongue with each other. Wow. Some great battling from those two. Peter Jones goes down the inside of him, but Max Strucker can hang around the outside, having a little bit of oversteer. Peter Jones now being back behind Mark Strucker again. It's Jesus Kirinos is now very close behind them. Those two need to now rather work together to get away from the fighting group of Kirinos, Gillard and Alvarez. Those two are very close behind. As Peter Jones now locks up again, going into the hairpin. Wow. Peter Jones being a bit too far back to make a move into this corner. Christian Alvarez seems to have lost a bit of pace, to not really keep up with them. Silas Larinavicius definitely can't. Peter Jones is now trying to get closer to him to make maybe a move into one of the last corners. As Mark Strucker runs very wide through there, seems to have lost a shit ton of momentum. Going into the last corners, Peter Jones on the inside. Now being slightly in front, half a car length in front, braking. Good. Doing again a big locker, but this time keeping it in front of Mark Strucker coming onto the start-finish straight. Oh, good fighting from those two. As Mark Strucker is now really far behind, and not far behind again. As they go side by side on the straight again, around the outside he tries it. I don't think that's going to work. And he hangs on around the outside again. Wow. As they do have a little bump with each other. Now Mark Strucker is in front again. Those two were fighting now for 10 minutes for half the race. For over 3rd place. Oof. And so, Peter Jones goes to the bumper of Mark Strucker, pushing him a bit wide. Jesus Kirinos is now not far behind. Maybe he can make a move. No, but I don't think so. If they go sideways in his very fast corner, Mark Stricker hangs around the outside of him. And now Christian Alvarez is now in front of Sven Gilhert going into this corner. Whew. Jesus Guidos tries to go down the inside of Peter Jones, but ultimately didn't work out. There is he now as a massive run coming into the chicken. As he's now very, very close to him. Now once White gets hit into the back bumper by Alvarez. Oh, some close racing of those two. Peter Jones now being a bit further behind of Mark Strecker, trying to catch up again. Is now Chris Quinos now breaks a bit earlier, which catches Christian Alvarez off guard, who hits his back bumper. And he got hit by Sven Gilhert, running in 6th and in 7th, I'm sorry. It's some great stuff from those two. There's Peter Jones now still in 3rd, Mark Strecker in 3rd. Wow. In the front, it's still Gabriel Solomon in 2nd, who couldn't really catch up much in the last corners, with Larina Vicius being in 3rd. Let's go a bit down the field there, shall we? It's now Christian Alvarez goes to the inside of the hairpin to Jesus Quirinos. Those two touch each other. Oh, it's some intensive racing from those two. Wow. In front, Peter Jones tries to catch up to Mark Strecker to get the podium position once again back from him. Those two seem to be very closely matched on pace. As for some reason, the cars behind seem to flash their lights. With Christian Alvarez now being... I think Jesus Quirinos let Alvarez and Gilhert by. As now Alvarez hits Gilhert, got a very big oversteer moment. Wow. That's some great racing by those guys. It's those three now run very close, CJ. In the front, it seems like Gabriel Solomon is now catching back up to the Larina Vicius again. Great job by this driver. I'm chuffed to pieces. Oh, Carlos Frau running in 20th, you're not as bad in 18th, still having no front bumper, maybe, I don't know. John McDonald in 18th place, Pablo Lopez in 17th, something must have happened to him. Callum Gunn 16th, Anthony De Lara in 15th on the last points being position. Lucas Miranda in 14th, the debutant, trying to score points on his debut. Doug Astitis 13th, Laszlo Tegos 12th, Alfie Beam in 11th. Felipe Granado in 10th, Ernest Mraz in 9th, Solilius Larinavitis in 8th, Jesus Quirinos in 7th, Sven Gilhert in 6th, Christian Alvarez in 5th, being under attack from Sven Gilhert, coming into the chicken. I should look a bit closer what those two can give us to see. As they seem to hit, and Sven Gilhert is very close to Alvarez. But Alvarez seems to pull away on the straight. As Sven Gilhert tries to go down the inside to the last corner, as they two hit again. Alvarez is into the gravel trap, maybe losing a position to Jesus Quirinos. And yes, they touch each other, but Alvarez lost the position in 7th place. Carlos Larinavitis still in 8th. Mark Stricker now finally pulling away from Peter Jones. Having now around a 2-second gap to him. There are still 10 seconds to second place car, Gabriel Solomon. And the Vida Larinavicius goes fastest in the first sector. If he tries to set the fastest lap of the race at the moment, interesting to watch. Bay Gillard, meanwhile, running in 5th as now Christo Alvarez and Jesus Quirinos go side by side into the hairpin, with Alvarez getting the worst of it, running very deep into the corner. Jesus Quirinos still in 6th place. Now a bit closer to St. Gillard, it seems like. Maybe those two can fight for the 5th position. Christo Alvarez seems to be a bit too far back to have a word about 6th place or even 5th place. I don't think that this is going to happen. Salazar Inavicius running in 8th, but not far behind. There's Ernest Moros. Maybe he can re-attack for 8th place, as he seems to get very close to Salazar Inavicius. Ernest Moros. Now running into the last corner. Lavinavicius running a bit wide, going into the gravel trap, losing the position to Ernest Moros. But maybe also losing it to one of the FRA cars of Alfie Bevan. Yes, as they touch each other, you lose the position to Alfie Bevan. As he may lose another position to Felipe Granado if he keeps being slower. As they are very close to each other on track. So Alfie Bevan and Saulus Larinavicius are going side by side with Larinavicius going into the gravel trap again and now losing the position to Felipe Granado. As Felipe Granado goes down the inside of Alfie Bevan coming into this corner. As he now visits the gravel trap, I feel like everyone wants to go to the gravel trap, to the Italian ones. As he lost the position. Now he's into the garage, he DNF'd. A shame for him, he ran into the top 10. Yeah, at the front, Peter John still in 4th, Max Rucker in 3rd. Not doing much. Gabriel Solomon now setting the fastest second sector. Trying to catch up to Vida Larinavicius. Very hungry to win this race. Larinavicius. Yeah, but the Adrian, Karl Magnus Borre, DNF, Carlos Frau in 20th, Natas Berto in 19th, 18th, Felipe Granado in 17th, he DNF'd a few minutes ago. Anthony Lara 16th, Pablo Lopez in 15th, grabbing this final point. But Anthony De Lara seems to have... What's the point back or what? Pablo Lopez now tries to go to Callum Gunn to get the second point. Remember, for 14th place you get 2 points. Trying to double the amount of points he gets. This seems to be very close indeed for the last point position. Lucas Miranda 13th, Joe Gastitis 12th, Laszlo Teglas in 11th. Salazar Inavicius being very close to Alfie Bevan. But doesn't seem like there's going to be any battling soon. As maybe going into this corner as Larinavicius gets a huge run on him. As they touch each other. As Larinavicius hits Alfie Bevan in the back, you can see a little bit of damage on his right rear. But Larinavicius not losing any position to Laszlo Teglas. Ernest Moros running behind Christian Alvarez. This is Guirinos in 6th, Sven Geelhout, Peter Jones, Mark Strucker, Gabriel Solomon. Now going into the last corners. Dovidas Larinavicius in the lead. trying to win this race, which is, I think, the second race this season he wins. Going into the last corner, not overdriving it, I hope for him. A little lock going into the last corner, but he seems to win this race without problems. Dovidas Larinavicius going over the line to win this race. With Gabriel Salomon in second. For his debut for his new team. Only 1.5 seconds behind Larinavicius. Good job from him. Max Drucker crossing the line, going third. Peter Jones in fourth. Dan Gillard fifth. Jesus Guerrero sixth. Christian Alvarez in seventh. Ernest Moraz eighth. Alpha Beeman going over the line for ninth position. And Salas Larinavicius rounds out the top 10. Laszlo Teglas 11th. Gastitis 12th. Miranda now coming to the line on his debut, scoring I think 3 points on his debut. Good job by him, by Lucas Miranda. Pablo Lopez going into the last corners, being in 14th place, having 2 points. Pablo Lopez not having a good run in the last races, but now he goes over the line to score 2 points towards the Drivers' Championship and Rookies' Championship. Anthony De Laura in 15th place, grabbing the final point. Callum Gunn in 16th, another non points finish by the young rookie for 2012 Motorland. Leonardo Sperto going through without a front bumper, being 17th. First time for him not scoring points this season. 17th over the line. Very disappointing race for him. John McDonald in 18th place, going into being in the second sector. I think he hasn't crossed the start finish line yet, but I'm not sure. Carlos Frau DNF'd alongside Felipe Granado, Carl Magnus Bore, Inaki Adrian. That's it. But yeah, Dovidas Larinavicius wins this race. We now head into the warm-up session for the second race, for the reverse grid race. As it looks like John McDonald's will start on pole for the reverse grid race. Renato Sperto in second, Callum Gunn third, De Laga fourth, Pablo Lopez being in fifth, Lucas Miranda sixth, Jos Gastitis seventh, Teglas eighth, Salas Larinavicius ninth, Alfred Beeman 10th, Ernest Moraz 11th, Alvarez 12th, Jesus Guerinos 13th, 14th for Sven Gilnert, 15th for Peter Jones, the rookie leader, Max Drucker in 15th, if I'm not mistaken, and Gabriel Salomon and Dovidas Larinavicius being on the last row of the grid. Yeah. Now the warm-up for the second race will start. I will leave you alone until then. I will be back when the race starts. So have fun in the time.
User left your channel.
Oh. Let's see, warm-up for the second race has started already. Second race will start soon. Oh, let's go into this. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. John McDonald will be on pole. Yolanda Spirit in second. Yeah. Let's see what we can. There's what's coming out of this. As it seems like we now switch session to the race. Everyone, hope is ready. Yes, race session starting. Carlos Frau on pole. Interesting. So not John McDonald. So let's go for Carlos Frau on pole. John McDonald second. Yolanda Spirit in third. Callum Gunn in fourth. Anthony De Lara in fifth. Pablo Lopez in sixth, trying to redeem himself after getting crashed out before. Lucas Miranda in seventh. Joe Gastitis eighth. Laszlo Teglas ninth. Saldas Larinavicius 10th. Otto Bevan 11th. Ernest Moros 12th. Chris Navarez 13th. Jesus Garinas 14th. St. Gilbert 15th. Peter Jones 16th. Max Strecker 17th. Davidas Larinavicius 19th. 18th is Gabriel Solomon. Felipe Granado in 16th. Carl Magnus Borre in 20th. Sorry. Carl Magnus Borre in 21st. Inaki Adrian in 22nd. And that's it. Carlos Frau on pole for the reverse grid race. Lights go on. Carlos Frau with a good start. Yolanda Spirit with a equal what? Initially it looked like Yolanda Spirit had a good start, but being directly catched up by Anthony De Lara now. John McDonald's now being in front of everyone as Anthony De Lara goes down into it. John McDonald gets spun around as ooh, close stuff is happening as Pablo Lopez gets crashed out again. Wow. Mark Strecker already up into fifth. You're not better in fourth. I don't know what's happened. I'm speechless. You're not better going ability to gravel Anthony De Lara in third. Ay. The stuff between Yolanda Spirit and Anthony De Lara is Yolanda Spirit now on the inside of Anthony De Lara going into this corner. Anthony De Lara did like to break a bit on the straight. That's not making you faster. It's Anthony De Lara now getting overtaken by Mark Strecker, Lucas Miranda, and Yolanda Spirit now getting overtaken by. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Yolanda Spirit is under attack from Mark Strecker. Going into the chicane, and I don't think that Mark Strecker will make a move into the chicane. Indeed, he doesn't. Good. What? Tom McDonald's seems like to have spun someone out. I don't know who. Carlos Frau seems to have spun out, gotten spun out by John McDonald as Yolanda Spirit now runs second. John McDonald's are having a massive lockup going into the last corners. Mark Strecker and Yolanda Spirit now being very closely together, being right behind John McDonald. Lucas Miranda in fourth. What? So John McDonald's leading the first lap of the day. Mark Sterker. Now, Jonatas Berto, I think like let Mark Sterker go. Good decision from him. As Mark Sterker is obviously the faster car from those two. As now Mark Sterker goes side by side with John McDonald's coming into this corner. As those two have a wow, Mark Sterker goes. As now Jonatas Berto had a massive oversteer moment. Now being overtaken by Lucas Miranda, the debutant, running into third now. Good job by him. Now Lucas Miranda in the third. Those two being teammates, Lucas Miranda and Jonatas Berto. As Jonatas Berto isn't trying to go down his inside. Good thinking by him. I think those two can catch up to John McDonald. Let's see what those two can do. It's now Jonatas Berto runs very wide. Now going what? Now being side by side with not teammate no. So you're not I don't know what to say. Jogas Dicht is now being on the inside of Jonatas Berto going into the chicken. As those two seem to go round side by side. Kizis Girinos now being in front of Sven Gillett going into sixth. Kizis Girinos goes side by side with Joe Gaustitis. As Jonatas Berto is still in fourth. This start is just amazing. Kizis Girinos now up into fifth position. Sven Gillett being in sixth. I don't know what to say. Oh, Mark Sterker now being in the lead by 2 seconds. He being very fast once he's out in front. Good job by him, the German. Jonatas Berto under attack from Jesus Girinos. The defense, there is no overtaking going on, as now John McDonald's and Lucas Miranda go side by side into the hairpin. John McDonald's having a bit of a lock-up. Now going to this very fast left-hander. Lucas Miranda, meanwhile, not going side by side. It doesn't seem like he will make a move into this corner. As John McDonald's defends very aggressively from him. Runs very wide doing this. Now Lucas Miranda up into second place of this race. Jonatas Berto in third. The two Knowledge Cup cars running second and third. Oh. Mark Sterker, meanwhile, winning the race. Lucas Miranda second. As in the background, there's a massive collision between John McDonald and Jesus Girinos. Those two won't be happy after the race. Oh my goodness! Amazing stuff. Sven Gillett now being in fourth place. I think it won't be a problem for him to easily overtake the two goals of Jonatas Berto and Lucas Miranda. But yeah, as he already is side by side with Jonatas Berto, not quite, but yeah. So Mark Sterker absolutely pulling away, just being in the lead. Now Sven Gillett sends one down the inside of Jonatas Berto, but Jonatas Berto won't bring up much of a fight. Now Gabriel Solomon now inside of him, but Jonatas Berto can easily defend from him. So Sven Gillett now in third place in the podium position. Jonatas Berto runs very right into the gravel trap. Now Gabriel Solomon can easily take the position. Jonatas Berto tries to still fight, but there's nothing he can do. As now, what the Ineki Adrian now into the wall, having I think a puncture or something. Now further in front, Gabriel Solomon now in front of Jonatas Berto, as Carl Magnus Borre tries to go down the inside of this very fast corner, and he can make the move stick, but runs very wide in the second part of the corner. As he... Wow. Those two now go side by side into the chicken. Let's see. So Jonatas Berto pulls out of the fight. Very smart decision from him, the rookie. Jonatas Berto still in 6th position, now trying to re-overtake Karl Magnus Borre, which didn't work, and now he gets spun around and he stands in the middle of the track as many cars are involved in a collision. Douglas Dietis, Jonatas Berto. Wow. Oh, I didn't expect that much to happen in this race. Pablo Lopez 11th, Los Ortegas 12th, Felipe Granado 13th, Carlos Ryan 14th, John McDonald's the second place starter in 15th place. Douglas Dietis 16th, Alfred Bevan 17th, Jesus Quirinos. Well gone. Jonatas Berto DNF'd out of this race. That's nothing you do, Jonatas. Because Miranda being... Well, Mark Sturcker still winning. I think there's nothing that can be done. Only he himself can screw himself out of this position. Lucas Miranda in second, keeping Sven Gill very honest about the podium position. Good job by the debutant. The Brazil driver, earlier this year winning the 2.4 hours Le Mans and being the 2020 WEC LMP2 championship winner after his win. Oh. Now we approach the halfway mark of this race. If Lucas Miranda can keep this pace up and stay in front of Sven Gilbert or even in front of Gabriel Sullivan to secure the podium position, it will be the first for the team. The first ever pole position. Massive stuff happening for them. It's now the gap is now around a second. But behind Sven Gilbert there's around 3.5 seconds of gap for Miranda to secure this podium position. So I think if he doesn't do any major mistakes, he can certainly drive on the podium. It's further back. Dovida Larinavitis, the winner of the first race, now being behind Christian Alvarez, trying to make that move to overtake him as Christian Alvarez goes into the gravel trap. Now Dovida Larinavitis being on the outside of him, going around the outside of the hairpin, a move Juan Pablo Montoya tried but didn't work out for some reasons. Wow. Look in front, Lucas Miranda. It's Sven Gilbert and Lucas Miranda. The fight will build up. It will be very interesting to see what those two can do. Into the chicken, very close together, those two cars. Sven Gilbert now goes faster in the second sector to try to get the second place of Lucas Miranda as they two are now side by side going into the last corner. But as long as Miranda doesn't do any stupid mistakes while fighting him, we will be good. Yes, and Sven Gilbert is, as we could imagine it, past Lucas Miranda. As Lucas Miranda now seems like tries to fight back to Sven Gilbert, the young debutant, keeping the Dutchman honest for second place, but ultimately it didn't quite work out. It's not that he's around the outside of him, but that didn't work out either. You should rather stop fighting with Sven Gill and you rather use him. Get in his draft and try to secure the podium. Oh, good fighting from those two, I'm not gonna lie. There was Solomon now 2 seconds behind Lucas Miranda, trying to get that last podium position from him. Tom Magnus Borre in 5th, Doritos Larinavitas in 6th, Christian Alvarez 7th, Peter Jones in 8th, Pablo Lopez in 9th, Ernest Moss 10th, Salas Larinavitas 11th, Lasty Vegas 12th, Felipe Granado, some fans of him in the YouTube live chat now 13th, Phil Gastitis in 14th, Carlos Frau trying to fight his way back is in 15th, Alfie Beaver in 16th, just outside of the points. This is Quirinos in 17th. Remember, it did huge collision into the chicanas a few laps earlier. Tom McDonald's 18th, Anthony Lara 19th, Callum Gunn 20th. And not compared to DNF, Ineki Adrian DNF. It's now. Ooh. That's some very interesting stuff. Sven Gill and Lucas Miranda seem to be equal on pace, as it seems like. Those two maybe having a fight for the second place for the rest of the race. As now Lucas Miranda makes the move stick to go past Sven Gillard again. But what will Sven Gillard say about this? No, not making a move into this corner. Lucas Miranda running very wide now. Sven Gillard can go around this outside of the chicane. As Lucas Miranda tries to go down the inside, didn't quite work out. Lucas Miranda now being back behind Sven Gillard. Let's see what he can do. Gary Solomon in 4th, catching up to the two cars in front for the fight for second place. If they keep fighting like this, then someone will lose a podium. Mark Strucker meanwhile being in the lead, not challenged by anyone. It's a very dominating performance by him. It's Sven Gillard outbreaks himself, confusing Lucas Miranda a bit, who outbreaks himself even better. Now, Gabriel Solomon now being very near those two. But it seems like 3 laps to go, if I look on the time. Mark Strucker, meanwhile, having a 10-second lead. He's dominating this event at the moment. Now, Lucas Miranda is now very near Sven Gillard again. Sven Gillard doesn't seem to be that much on pace. Or maybe Lucas Miranda got faster. Good stuff to see as those two now go into this very fast left-hand corner. Very close together. Lucas Miranda certainly being a surprise. It's his second race in the series. He's a rookie. Now, not only being at the moment on the podium and on the overall podium, but winning the rookie race, which would be very good stuff for him for the Rookies Championship. Ooh, very wide. Very wide. As it looks like it's 2 laps to go. Gillard in second. Lucas Miranda in third. Gabriel Solomon not catching quite up as fast as I thought. Being in fourth. Conrad Misbury fifth. Darwin Ramirez. What? Sixth. Christian Alvarez seventh. Peter Jones eighth. Pablo Lopez in ninth. Ernest Moraz in 10th. Salvador Larinavitas in 11th. Marshall Taylor in 12th. Veneto in 13th. Jagastidis 14th. Altubin in 15th. Carinas 16th. Carlos Frau in 17th. He seems to have something happened to him. Anthony Delora 18th. Callum Gunn in 19th. John McDonald in 20th and therefore last. Max Drucker going purple in the first sector. Meanwhile being in the lead by quite a big margin. Ten Gillard still being under pressure from Lucas Miranda. Close to having great time on the track. Gabriel Solomon not quite catching up as now the gap to Lucas Miranda increases now about 1.5 seconds, even 2. Running very wide again on this chicane. Now he takes a bit too much speed into the corner, doesn't get a good run off the corner. Singlewood locks a bit going to the last corner. Mark Strecker being Mino in the lead, going onto the last lap of the race. I think Mark Strecker will definitely win this. The only thing holding him up is either himself or his internet, but we don't know. Maybe he crashes. We don't hope so. Oh. Going into the last corners. Max Strecker in the lead. For those two, nothing seems to change. Lucas Miranda not running as wide as he did before. Mark Strecker coming into the last corners. It looked like he couldn't extend his winning streak, but he can win this race in Imola. With 11 laps. As Mark Strecker wins this race. Van Gillard comes over the line to finish second. Lucas Miranda, the debutant, bringing home the first ever podium for Inola Cup Racing. And the rookie win, yes. Gabriel Solomon in fourth, doing an exceptional job this weekend. Conrad Musbury fifth, David Larinavitas sixth, Christian Alvarez seventh, Peter Jones eighth, Pablo Lopez ninth, Ernest Moraz 10th, Salvador Larinavitas 11th, Laszlo Taylor 12th. Felipe Granado over the line to finish 13th, some points for him. Jagastidis 14th. Jesus Kirinos, after being punted off at the chicken, still managing to grab 1 point in front of Alfie Beaver and Carlos Frau in 17th. Anthony De Laura and Callum Gunn very close together on track, going into the last corners. Is there something Callum Gunn can do? Yes, he can punt him off. But can Callum Gunn go in front of Anthony De Laura? It doesn't look like it. But maybe, yes, as for some reason, Anthony Lara keeps braking on the straight. It's now there's a photo finish for the last places. Anthony De Lara in 18th, Callum Gunn in 19th is John McDonald. I think, yeah, he's already over the line to finish last again. Donato Sberto and Inaki Adrian, meanwhile, having a bit of a DNF. Bad race for those two people. Mark Strecker going over the line, going to the pits again after his out lap, his cool down lap, going into the pits, knowing that he won that race. Going into his garage, seemingly hitting the wall in the process of doing so. Good job from him. Good second, Lucas Miranda in third. Good job by him. Very excited for this guy. As he goes into the garage, but didn't hit, well, he hit the other wall. Gabriel Solomon fourth, Carl Magnus finished fifth. Peter Jones, the rookie leader, in 8th meanwhile. Nabla Poples in 9th. Dennis Morris, really. The Taglas. Felipe Granado 13th. For these. Jesus Carino's 15th, as you know. Alfred 16th. Brown. Delara. Callum Gunn. And John McDonald's last. As we now have the chance to talk to the winner of the first race, the Vidas Larinavicius. Let's search his car real quick. Once he comes. There he is.
User was moved to your channel.
Congratulations, the Vidas, for your first, not your first, I think your second win of the season.
Thank you. That was a pretty nice race. Wait, I will do one thing. I can't hear myself. I will shut off game. Sorry for that.
Yeah, no problem. We have time.
So yeah, it was really good race, but it's my first win. I got first win in Belgium, Spa, but I got penalty for cutting in quali, so I got moved to third place. So officially, it's my first win, and I really about that very happy. I didn't expected this gap in quali.
Yeah, you were absolutely flying in quali.
I don't think so. I think Stwerka and Gilhood had a pretty good pace, but I saw in front of me Stwerka was disturbed by other drivers, so I believe that's why he couldn't improve.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not an excuse, but Max Drucker and Skillet had penalties, like weight penalties, and you hadn't one.
Now?
You hadn't got any weight penalties.
No. This time I haven't got. Yeah, I'm pretty far away in the standings. I think in the 6th place or 8th, something like that. Yeah, so it's pretty far for me. But I believe in the future I will get closer. I'm pretty lucky in the last races to collect points, so I hope.
I think you might even move up to 5th in the championship after this race.
Okay.
Maybe.
I didn't check the table, but yeah, I hope it would be nice.
Yeah, so congratulations to your win. You can, maybe now you can keep it, maybe not.
Yeah, I hope I will keep this time. I think my quality lap was pretty nice, so I expect to.
Good. So goodbye, celebrate your win.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
2 bottles of beer. Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for having us here. Yeah. So, bye.
Yeah, bye.
User was moved out of your channel.
So now winner of the second race of the reverse grid race, Mark Strucker will
User joined your
now
channel.
join us for an interview. There he is. Congratulations, Mark, for the I don't know how many win this is in this season.
I'm not
You
really sure. I think it's the fourth this season, I
it's
guess.
the fifth.
Okay. Well, then it's the fifth.
For me, it was kind of a surprise that you suddenly were in the lead. What happened that you suddenly were like, I think in fifth or something?
Well, I was surprised myself.
But yeah,
Yeah,
suddenly,
I got really lucky in the first corner where nearly everyone crashed out in front of me. I was like, "Oh, please, please, no one hit me, no one hit me!" And then someone bumped me in the back, and I drifted through the corner, and therefore didn't get caught in the incident. Um, so whoever that was, thank you for the bump. I guess it was Solomon, if if I'm right.
Nickel Racing teammates again. Interesting tactics. Um, I kind of didn't expect you to win this race because in front of the race you told me that it's rather difficult to like uh, navigate the traffic around this track. Uh, yeah, was it rather difficult for you to overtake, or what was your perspective about all of it?
I don't really know. I don't really remember who was in front of me during race two. I mean, in race one there was like continuously fights going on, in which I was involved. Um, so there was a lot of overtaking, but yeah, basically it's not that easy in Imola. I think overtaking here only works if both drivers who are battling yeah, concentrate on what they're doing and watch out for the other driver. Um, yeah, it's hard work to overtake in Imola, to be honest. Yeah,
Yeah,
and in race two, well, I was in like fifth, I guess, after the first corner. I didn't really overtake someone there. I just got punted through the crash and somehow ended up in fifth. Um, so there was like, I don't know, John was in front of me, Lucas was there. Um,
yeah.
the overtakes were okay, I guess. I mean, I don't really know what to say there. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have any questions for you now. Yeah, you won the race, fifth win of the season. Not your. It could have been five in a row now.
Yeah,
But,
well,
well, where did you finish the first? As I already forgot. I think on the podium. Yeah, in second. No, third.
no, I
You
was
finished
I was
third.
on
Yeah.
third in the first race, but I'm pretty sure I won't keep that position. Just
Uh,
some dumb moves in the beginning
yeah.
where I hit the back of Gelhout, and one lap later I hit the back of Lopez. Um, yeah, that was dumb. My apologies on this way. I already apologized to both of them, and yeah, let's see, let's see how the season continues.
Yeah. Yeah, celebrate your win. You'll probably drink like 20 beers or something, but I'm not
No, I don't think so.
sure since when did. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. Uh,
Thanks, mate. You too.
yeah, yes. Goodbye, Mark.
See you.
User left your channel.
As now it seems like we have two people for an interview, Peter Jones and Callum Gunn. I would just move on. Let's get the perspective from Peter Jones, what he has to say about the race.
User
Who
was moved to
knows?
your channel.
Peter, you're sitting in the interview waiting room with Callum. Should I move him up as well or not?
Maybe, I don't know. I think he can wait a bit longer. I don't know.
So yeah, I have to say it now quite honestly with you. Rather disappointing race today from you.
Yep.
You didn't really do the stuff you do normally. You had a massive fight with Max Strecker in the first race. Talk us through that one.
The fight with Mark Sturker was I'm not entirely sure, because I certainly didn't expect him to put up so much of a fight, but I mean, it was nice battling back and forth. It's just by the time that I was able to get through and started building a little bit of a gap, my tires had gone off from battling, so he was able to get straight back past and go off into the lead. But I definitely felt like I had the pace for that podium. It's just slightly annoying that my tires went off before that.
In the second race, you started further behind the field since you did rather good in the first race. You couldn't really move up the field. What was in the second race? What happened in the second race?
I got unlucky again. It tends to happen with me in race 2. I never get past turn 4 without someone spinning me round or hitting me off or whatever. So I guess I just get unlucky with races, or with second races.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's. You have anything or not, or?
Not really. I mean, I just want to say that I haven't got the faintest idea how Mark and Sven get so lucky with second race starts, because I'm back there starting literally the same place as them, and the lucky pricks are able to drive straight past me into the lead. So I really don't get it.
Actually,
It's just me getting unlucky again.
as you might have seen me, I talked to Mark before you. He said he wasn't. First, he thought he didn't have to look because someone hit him, and then he like drifted away. He said, and then he went past all the things that happened, the collisions, and that's how he went up from literally last place into 5th in the first few corners. So it could have been you in this position, then you would have been in 5th, maybe.
I mean, I wish it was, but I never seem to get that lucky. I hope one of these races will actually allow me to get a good start and move up, but that hasn't happened yet, so we'll just have to wait.
Yeah, what? I need to look because I have no idea. What's the next round?
Next round
in Spain,
is
where it's
either... Ricardo Tormo. I think
yes.
I might actually be missing that. I don't know.
Oh, giving up the rookies championship or what? Huh?
No.
You're massively in the lead by that one.
Yeah.
But well, yeah, you second rookie in the first race, and I don't even know how much rookie in the second race.
Wait, second rookie in the first? Yep. Who beat me?
Gabriel Salomon, he's a rookie.
Is he a rookie?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd actually completely forgotten that. Fair enough.
He's a rookie. So he beat you in the first race. In the second race, actually, one of my cars won it on the track. The rookie battle. And I'm quite proud.
Yeah, not bad.
But yeah, if I say enjoy the evening, it's a bit false. But yeah, enjoy the evening.
Yeah. Thanks.
Have a good evening, you, and goodbye.
Thanks.
User was moved out of your channel.
So, as it doesn't seem like there are any more interviews to be done, I'll say goodbye to you all. Thank you for being here. Next race is already been said is for the TCC is the circuit Ricardo Tormo at Valencia. I hope I see you back there, and